Good morning. I'm Michael Dowling, the Chair of the Institute of Financial Advisors. My apologies, it's been some time since I've given you an update. It's just been a very busy time, and the way I thought I'd approach my update today is to talk on a number of the subjects that we've been working on your behalf. So the first one, Institute of Financial Advisors. We've been continuing with the Financial Advisors Act review and how that interacts with the Financial Markets Conduct Act and engaging with both MB and FMA in that regard. We've also started the engagement on the disclosure requirements review, and that is rethinking how disclosures will work. So it could be quite a change that we're seeing from MB being proposed for advisors. I spoke at the Financial Law Conference last week, and my subject was part of a panel talking on automated advice and where the future of financial advisors could be for that. I did quite a bit of research in regard to that, and I have some charts if anyone's interested. Happy to share those. As I raised in the conference, you end up with more questions looking at the future than you find answers. I think that's the norm. We continue to have good support from sponsors. I'd like to thank Rabo Direct, Perpetual Guardian and Fidelity for continuing their sponsorship this year. It's very much appreciated. Quick update on Financial Planning Standards Board. We've been sharing our experiences in relation to regulation review. We're not the only territory going through that, and there's some alignment with what we're experiencing with 2 or 3 others. We've also been sharing the growth aspirations of bodies, moving from certification to membership and certification. Again, there were different territories that were experiencing that in form, so we've been able to work on sharing what our experiences are. We have a Financial Planning Standards Board certification reassessment happening. That should be on site the first quarter of 2018. It's an extensive and robust assessment of our policy, our processes, our procedures, and gives us an overall score as well as a detailed understanding of how New Zealand goes about the process of awarding and measuring our certification process. Overall, last time this was done 5 years ago, we got a score of around 76%. Our self-assessment has a slightly raised at this stage, but the board had been working actively on a project of delivering a New Zealand exam, and we expect this to be rolled out at the end of this year, early next year. The impact of that on our assessment is likely to raise our rating by around 10%, so we'll be pleased when that's finally pushed home. So well done to Meredith on the work she's been doing in the background there. Our CFP exam has been quite a project and been much anticipated, so if you want the chance to be in the assessment for that, we're more than welcome that, just to test how robust that exam is. Financial Advice New Zealand. We've now started doing daily updates on the Financial Advice New Zealand website, and we'll be sending a link through so that you can keep an eye on what is happening in that space. We had a joint meeting between IFA, PAA and NZFAA on the 12th of June and resolved a joint constitution, so we have a final draft. We're interested in feedback and we're starting to get that feedback, so please continue sending that through. While we had quite a large group of about 21 people working on it, it's important that we think through as many aspects as possible, and your help is valuable in that area. We've also done presentations to other advisor networks and dealer groups, and they're in support of where Financial Advice New Zealand is moving. So everyone seems in good heart. We've done a first draft of bylaws, and once that's been circulated, then we'll start to push that out and get feedback on that. That will have a lot more detail in regard to the CFP specifically. Silos. We've got a member advisory committees, and a lot of the detail needs to be built on that. There's been proposed that there be a CFP silo as well as an investment. There have been some suggestions we should also have a CLU silo or just a designation silo, maybe a sole practitioner silo. All that is on the table. Wherever we see that a group of people can come together with common issues, we think it's appropriate to have a silo to represent those issues and raise them to the board within Financial Advice New Zealand. So it's all open. We have a council meeting coming up with a remit. So I'd like all members to engage with their branches and make sure they understand what the wording of that remit is and what the implications are and what they aren't. So please get hold of your branches and make sure your council represents your view. Other meetings, had a first meeting with the new chair of the working group, also continuing to have meetings with the existing chair of the Code Committee. We've had meetings with the Minister and we anticipate to have more in the build up towards conference. And Fred is the coordinator for the stakeholder engagement group. We've expanded that group to include more advisor groups being represented there in the engagement with FMA and MB, and that seems a natural transition for our lobbying. Rob Everett has made a comment recently that he is supportive of a strong advisor voice, so we'll continue to move into that space. National Advisor Conference, 28 days to go. It all comes round so soon. Early bird is still available up until the 15th of July, so take the opportunity. We will be releasing a lot of information through the conference. It seems a natural point to get together and give feedback. And again, we've had great support from sponsors. We have 38 sponsors at this stage. As you can see, we've all had a busy schedule. My apologies for not being in touch with you more often. It's always been a balance between doing the job and reporting what we're doing. If there's stuff we're missing or I haven't been able to cover, please drop us a line and I'm happy to give detail. Bye for now.